Oh, hello, my friends. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Mondays with Mindo. It's me, Mindy Baxton. How are we doing on this lovely, lovely day? I'm kind of blinded by the light. I should have drawn my shade before I started this, but excited to talk to you guys today, and it's going to be a little different. Okay, it's going to be a little different here. So, doing a quick little tech check, and we're going to get this party started. Here we are. There I am, blinded by the light. Anyway, as you do get here, say hello, Mindo. Let me know that you were here with me live. Of course, if you're catching this on the replay, drop a little hashtag replay in the comments so I can thank you for swinging by here and saying hello. So this is going to be different. Like I said, I had a whole training planned out for today, and then I was just like, nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. So it's a little heart to heart on kind of what's coming next. I felt some conviction in my heart, and I wanted to share it with you guys. For those of you that are entrepreneurs, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. Well, whether or not you're an entrepreneur, I hope that you get this message. And I hope that it is helpful for you. But honestly, this is one of those messages. It's going to be a little more helpful for me. Hi, Michelle. Good to see you, my friend. This message might be a little more helpful for me because I got to be transparent. You guys do know that if you followed me for any length of time, you know that, I shoot you guys straight. I don't play small. I don't. I really don't in many things. But I did recognize something that I want to talk to you guys about today. And before I get into that whole content, like I said, as you get here, say hello. Let me know where in this beautiful world you are tuning in from. I always love to know where my friends are at. And don't mind me being blinded by the light. So if you have not been here yet for Mondays with Mindo, thanks, Michelle. This is really a place where every Monday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, I come here and typically like faith meets strategy, right? And this conversation that I have on Mondays is really for women who love Jesus and love building business. I love the Lord. It's not always been that way. And I might share a little bit of that conversation in a minute, but I really am passionate about helping you build an incredible business. I'm a social seller. I've been selling products online for the last 7 years. I cannot believe that. That's kind of crazy. 7 years I've been building online. I actually quit my full-time job. I was in insurance and financial services. I said peace out to the paycheck in 2018. Now I mentor and coach women who are building online as well. I love coffee. I love business. I love building systems. And I like building from a place of peace, to be honest with you. And sometimes in this entrepreneurial journey, it gets to be a little crazy, right, ladies? It gets to be chaos and overwhelm and all of the things. So I'm really here to help you navigate the waters. But like I said, today's going to be a little bit different, a little less training, although you're probably going to learn something, and a lot more truth. So where do I begin? Let me begin with my story, just a little bit of my backstory for those of you that might not know. In 2015, I jumped into network marketing. I saw it as a means to like freedom. Okay. I've been working the grind. I mean, I had a job since I was like 12. So I was working. I was always working. I love work. I was a DJ at a radio station. I used to wait tables. I loved cocktailing. I made a lot of money waiting tables. I love that. And I've always worked, and which is fine. But for me, there was something kind of burning in my heart and my soul, like that there was so much more for me. This chatty mouth, there's more for me to do, okay, in this world than work for someone else. There just was. I just felt it in my heart. And with that, I found network marketing, or network marketing kind of found me because I had some great results through a product that I used. And the lady that I got the products from was like, Mindy, your friends are asking me what you're doing. Like, do you want to make the money? Do you want me to make the money? I'm like, I could always use extra money. I would like to make the money. So that's when I launched my first business. I was with that company for 6 months before that company closed. We got bought out by another company, and I got to experience all that trauma and drama and craziness. Then, it was about 1.5 years later. None of this really matters. I'm trying to set the scene. And I ended up moving to another company. And it was the same old, same old. It was like, get everyone in on the big pack, right? Like everybody needs to buy the $1,500 pack and then get 2 people to get 2 people to get 2 people. I'm like, oh, I just didn't know any better. And finally, Modere came into my life in 2018. And that's when I quit my job to go all in on social selling. It was no more like home parties, convincing people to get in on the big pack and get everybody else in on the big pack. It was like, no, I'm going to go sell products online. And we did. And we absolutely crushed. 2018 to 2022-ish, I suppose, was some of the best times of my life in building a business. And it was just like money just kept coming in and I just kept selling product. And it was just like absolutely nuts in the best way. Our team did over 11 million in sales in like 5 years. I built to 6 figures in like 2.5 years. I was earning an incredible amount of money. And then things shifted. And so what happened when the shift happened is my friend Michelle was like, hey, my coaching program is going bonkers. And, you know, she's only one person. And she was telling me how she's taking all these coaching calls and she just needed help. And I'm like, well, you know what? My business is kind of slowing down. Drama and craziness has happened at my company, which if you think you're actually immune from that, you're lying to yourself. There will be drama. This is part of the gig. Okay. So I'm going to shoot you straight on that real quick. Because we thought we were going to last forever. We thought we were bigger than life. And little did we know. Stuff at corporate happened and doesn't matter. Anyways, the point is I threw my hat in the coaching ring. Okay. I threw my hat in the coaching ring and my friend Michelle said, help out my clients, right? Now I started coaching just network marketers and social sellers because I was really good at it. And it's not very often I actually toot my own horn, but I actually am pretty good at it. Okay. So I'm like, cool. And then I started taking calls and I was coaching people who were building courses. I was coaching people who were writing books. I have never written a book. I hardly ever finished reading a full book. But I'm like, okay, cool. And I found that after taking over 2,500 coaching calls in the last almost 2 years, I found that there's a lot of very common, similar things that need to happen. And with that, okay, let me add one more like leg to this table. So I'm doing I'm doing social selling. I'm still building Modera. Things are still kind of cranking. I'm having some indecision because the company's kind of shaken up a bit, right? A lot of things started happening and my value, I have a lot higher integrity on my value ladder. Integrity is the top value. And then comes loyalty and like everything else. If my integrity gets fractured, like I'm not going to stick around. And I've felt that happening. And if you've ever been a part of a company where you're like, whoa, I'll just say that I get it because I was there too. And I fought it for a long time because I was ride or die. I'm like, I'm going down with the ship. If the ship's going down, I'm going down with it. I was so committed until I wasn't. Anyways, thanks, Michelle. I love you. Appreciate your comments. I'm sorry, this is a little all over the place, but I felt I just needed to get this out of my head and out of my heart and out here to you all. Okay. So just hang with me on this long conversation that eventually we're going to tie up at the end. So anyway, so I'm doing these coaching calls. I find that I'm actually kind of good at that too. And I end up launching Christian Women Building Business Together. I felt the call from the Lord last April, not this past one, but of 2024. And I just felt him say, like, bring them together, just like bring them together. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really know what that means, but okay. So I did. So it was September of 2024 that I officially launched. So September of 2020, we just celebrated a year. And that has taught me so much. Launching a coaching program is no joke. That's not an easy lift because, you know, so many of us don't really know what we're doing. And yes, we hire mentors and trainers and that kind of stuff, but still, for those of you that have done it, don't you find like you're battling what? A lot in your head. You're battling like, wait a minute, I don't do it that way. So then there's like a little bit of a friction. You want to stay authentic. You want to stay authentic to who you are. And the way that worked for them, like calling 100 people or spamming 100 people of your message, hey, get in, inviting all these people to take a look at this thing. You're like, that's lacks integrity and authenticity to me. I need to find my path. And the truth of the matter is what I found over the past 7 years of building business online, coaching people, coaching coaches, coaching authors, coaching all these people, we are all in it to find our way. The way one person does it, the way another person does it, the way another person does it, their ways have worked for them. That's why they're coaching it and teaching it the way that they do. But it's our job as entrepreneurs to go, okay, I'm going to take from this one. And I like the way she did that one. And it's almost like I see like us taking these pieces of lug nuts and like putting them on the tire for that sucker to start rolling. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay. So sorry, I don't know what's happening. I think I'm nervous. Why am I nervous? I'm never nervous. Well, sometimes I am. So here's what happened. Okay, let me finish the story and then I'm going to really get into the nuts of really what I'm talking about. So December 2024, I had been with Modere for 6 years. I had built an incredible business. I had seen the fractures happening at corporate, and I just knew that the Lord was calling me away from that. And I was like, you know what? I'll go all in on this coaching thing. That's just my plan. And then Kimberly Olson shows up online and she's talking about Heritage Club and blah, 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 all this stuff. And I'm like, wait, what are you doing? Because I do love selling products online. I do. I love it. I enjoy it very, very much. I love partnering with a great company with great quality products, sharing them with you to help you feel better, look better, right? All the things. And then I get to earn an income from that. That's pretty good gig. So then I partnered with Kimberly Olson and Emily Ford, and we are building Shackley, which has been around since 1956. So I'm back in, I got my hat back in on the social selling scene. I'm also doing coaching calls for my friend Michelle. I also launched a coaching program, right? I'm spinning a lot of plates. Thank you for letting me share all that. Here's my point. You guys, I have actually been playing small. And it felt good to say that out loud, but I kind of want to cry. You know what I realized? Because I've been praying a lot about this. You know, what does this next season look like? As we end the end of the year, I'm kind of tightening some things up. I'm getting my systems a little tighter. I just actually went through last week and I redid all of my tagging structure in my CRM. Like I'm feeling like I got to get it kind of right and tight because I think this next season's going to be huge. And it kind of makes my toes curl and makes me kind of have a little bit of hives. But what I realized about myself in this journey is I've always played a little like I've always felt like I've played a little small. And to me, I've thought it in my heart that it's out of humility, right? Like I don't want to think I'm a very big deal. I mean, I don't really think I'm that big of a deal, but I do know a lot of things. Like I am kind of smart about building an online business, about building systems. I can create, like I know a lot. But I played small because, and here's the thing, it goes all the way back to high school sports. This is a weird story, but I'm going to tell you. Because I was naturally talented at that. And I never really played to my fullest potential. And I think it's out of like safety. Like I think that it's kind of been a safety net for me to like not step into fully who I know God's created me to be because I don't want to seem like I don't know what the word is. Like arrogant or like I have it all figured out. But at the same time, I feel really like in this next season, here's what I'll just tell you guys. I had notes, as you guys know. I don't even know where I'm at. I'm off my notes. I don't even know. Anyway, I'm just going to tell you guys what I'm working on right now. And this scares me in some weird way, as if I've not done it all. I've done all the things I'm going to teach you guys, but I'm just going to tell you right now, Christian Women Building Business Together is going to see a really big pivot in the new year. What it's been, let me just tell you what it's been. It was a place, how's my mascara? Okay. It's been a place where I wanted to create a place and a space for women to come together and just have their questions answered. We're not going to get stuck. We're not going to get overwhelmed. We can come together. We can pray. We can declare some things right? Like that's just what it was. But there's been no training really behind it. There's been no real structure. And I think I've been scared to put together, I hate to use that word. That's so stupid. That's a lame word. I've been avoiding, I'll just say it. Okay, thank you. I've been avoiding putting together the structure because it's probably not perfect, but whose ever is. Thank you, Michelle. It's fear and imposter syndrome. Yeah, it's crazy. It's just stupid to even say that out loud for me. Because really, I truly believe Jeremiah 29:11. No, yeah, that one too. But 2 Timothy 1:7 says, God did not give me a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. And I stand on that. And I pray that my kids know that verse. Like I stand on that verse. I truly have no fear, I'd like to say. But as I say it outside of my mouth, as it comes out of my mouth, there's a reason why I've not put this together the way it needs to be put together. And my point is this. As you guys continue to follow my journey, there's going to be a notch clicked up in this. And it kind of feels good just to say that out loud. And I know that I wouldn't even have to tell you guys this. Like, you just like go, oh, wow, she's showing up a little different. And you probably wouldn't, or maybe you wouldn't even notice. Yeah, you would. Yeah, you probably would. But I have not been playing to my full potential. And that's going to change. Because I also see so much of what you guys need. Again, after taking all of these coaching calls, coaching all of these, network marketers that are stuck in this old way of thinking and this old way of doing and this, because we've always done it this way. I'm like, holy crap, come on, man. Like, there's so much potential out there for so many of you to rise into and again, I know a lot of things. Like, I can do systems. I just launched my 90 and 90, and it's a 90-minute call. It's only $197. And I take you through, like, I ask you a ton of questions. We figure out what does the next 90 days look like. And I literally map out a massive plan for you, which I was like, you know what? I felt the Lord kind of call me on that one. And so I launched it and I did it. I just don't really talk about it much. Geez, I wonder why. But it's good. And back to Michelle, what you said, I kind of think that, as we build on social media, and I'm just going to relate to many of you right now, as we build on social media and we look at all the people that look like they have it figured out, I just don't think that anybody really does. Now, there's me saying, I don't have it all figured out. Like, I tell you guys that, right? I'm done talking like that. I'm going to give you the best that I have. And it's worked well for me. So I'll just say that. What I teach and coach, I'm not going to teach or coach on things that I've not done. And I'll be honest with you, taking all the calls that I've taken and, coaching authors or coaching people writing courses and that kind of stuff, there's a very big similarity. I feel confident that I can take those calls, and I've done a great job, I think, after the last 2 years, that I can take those calls with confidence because marketing online is the same. I don't care if you're selling potions or lotions or books or courses or whatever. And the most common thing that I see, let me get into a little training here. The most common thing that I see, if you are writing a book, if you are launching a course, if you are creating a free guide, if you are whatever it is that you're doing, you have to market it. You have to show up online. Maybe it'll be marketing with Mindo. Maybe that'll be I don't know, but because I've done a great job of it. Like, I'm seeing the fruit of my work. And so I feel so confident about teaching and training on that. That's my point, is come the new year, Christian Women Building Business Together is going to look different. And I'm really not coming after you. I'm really gathering those of you that love building business, that love the Lord, that are social sellers, network marketers. I'm going to launch my first kind of cohort with that. And I'm not playing small. So look out. Mindo 2.0 is on the way. Yeah, I need to do lives. Michelle, come on, girl. Do you realize how your audience can connect with you in this way? It's a beautiful way to get to know, like, and trust someone. Start in your stories. Right? I love doing stories. How many of you do stories? Drop stories in the comments. Do you love doing stories, or do they scare you? That's a whole nother training I would have for you guys. Like, stories are like, I love my stories. But I just met with another entrepreneur this morning. We grabbed coffee earlier, and man, we had a great conversation, and understanding again the basics of building business whether you are a course creator, a book seller, a network marketer, social seller, whatever it is that you're selling, there's a marketing method to it. And the way that I've done it has worked well for me. And so that's what I'm going to teach and coach on. How's that sound? How does that sound, everybody? Yeah, love it. Michelle loves stories. I'm so glad. Yeah, I think stories are, it's a really fun way for you to not be live, right? But you can create video content. And I just got more leads from my stories, right? I talk about my products in my stories. I link the store to my stories. I give a call to action in my stories, and I'm getting leads from my stories yesterday. And so again, I'm going to teach what's worked well for me, what's grown my audience. It's not going to be, I'll say this. No, I'm not going to say that. Never mind. I want to choose my words. Oh, you guys, I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. That's a North Dakota thing that I got to stop doing, right? I am not sorry. I needed to come here. This today was more about me getting out of my heart and out of my head what I needed to share with you guys. Because I love building transparently. I love building transparently. Do you know how many people, like, sometimes I see online that it's like they had to have just rolled out of bed and started making $10,000 a month? Like, that's the way it looks to me. But I'm taking you guys along on this journey. And for those of you that are like, again, like, I think about launching this kind of 2.0 version of Christian Women Building Business Together, which I'm working on all of that now. You know, you guys are kind of the lucky ones, I think, as we launch this new season, as we launch this new offer. Oh, you're going to get it at the best price. I know that. But yeah, I'm just excited to get to do this with you all. And I just thank you guys for trusting me. And even though I don't have it all figured out, you guys, you know what? One more thing. So as I made the move from Modere to Shackley, and it's been crazy, I'm still trying to find my legs. I still haven't built out my customer onboarding yet. Okay. And I've been at this for 10 months. It's true. I don't have it all figured out yet, but I'll tell you what, there's something about me that you do need to know. I am actually quite strong-willed. I also trust the Lord. Like if he said I'm going to move that mountain, not that we have mountains out here in North Dakota as I look out at the prairie, but if he said I'm going to move the mountain, I'd be like, all right, I'd be watching for it. Like I trust him so much in that I know he's going to move. And I just know that this next season, I feel such anticipation for it. And I just needed to get it out and tell you guys what's coming. So, yeah. The point is, I just want to tell you, if you've kind of been on that journey too, where you're just like, it's crazy. Oh, like I said, meeting with my friend this morning, it's like we need a support group. Like entrepreneurs, you know what I mean? We do. We need it. Hi, Tina King. Good morning. We need a support group. It is not for the faint of heart. This is not easy. And if anybody makes you think like, oh, it's the easiest thing ever, like go find someone else to talk to, because the truth of the matter is, in the nuts and guts of it, it's hard. But you know what? It's worth it. It is so worth it. I think about going back to, I'm not above a job, right? Working 9 to 5, whatever. I've been doing it more than half my life. Good, Michelle. I'm so glad. Thank you. You know what? If I had to, I will. But having the freedom to go out, I work out every morning with one of my very best friends, right? We crush a workout, we drink a lot of coffee, we have a lot of fun. Okay. That's usually in my stories, by the way. Another reason to follow my stories. You never know what Mindo and Stacy are up to. But anyways, and then I went and met my girlfriend for coffee this morning, and we talked about her business, and she's growing her esthetician business. And we talked about social media marketing, and rather than doing, all this, like, I don't know, they do the meetups or whatever in town, which I'll share my business card if you share yours. I'm like, dude, rather than paying $100 or whatever a month for that, I'd throw $100 at an ad. And I would like, let's talk about that strategy, right? Yeah, it's the time freedom, right, ladies? It's like, we get to live like the best life ever. If we want to take off on a Friday, or like we want to take a nap on a Wednesday afternoon and get a little recharge, we can do that. So to me, man, does it ever outweigh. It just outweighs it so much. The hard stuff here as an entrepreneur, doesn't even touch the fact of the hard of having to grind a 9 to 5. You don't like your boss doesn't like you. You live in you work in a horrible environment, for 30 years, and then you go to retire, and then what? Like, seriously, I just want to bust through that whole thing. Yeah. Yeah, Tina, I love it. Well, you guys, I know this is all over the place in a sense. And again, I always want to come here. Like Mondays with Mindo, typically, I'm bringing you value. We're teaching. I'm doing some kind of a training. I'm showing you guys like a new tool or something. Like I love to teach and train on that. It like makes my heart happy. Which, by the way, actually, you know what? I also love interviewing my friends that are successful and amazing. And I think next week, let me just take a little gander here. I think next week I'm interviewing my friend Sheila. Hold up, wait a minute. Don't go there because I am with it. Okay, wait. Or is it the 27th? Pretty soon. Why is it not on my calendar? Hold on. I think it's next week. Yeah, every third Monday. That's right. Every third Monday, I'm going to be interviewing my friends. And my friend Sheila, that's the next interview. I'm almost positive it's on the 20th. Sheila, we got to connect on this if you're watching this live or catching the replay. But my friend Sheila is amazing. She's built an awesome YouTube channel. She's super, super smart. She's also in the network marketing space. She has built she's a declutter mentor. So if you guys have like cluttery closets or you're moving or like, I don't know how she thinks the way she thinks, but she does. It's her God-given gift. She also loves Jesus. So anyway, I'm going to be interviewing her next week. You guys got to catch it. It's so, so good. Yeah. Oh, Michelle. Yeah. We need to talk about that, sis. Yeah. And my biggest tip to you, she says, I still need to find a way to leave my 9 to 5. I love it, but it's not what I want forever. First of all, hallelujah that you love it. Because I know there are a lot of people in this world that work for bosses that suck. They work in toxic environments just to like have health insurance. And I'm like, you don't need to live like that. Like there are other options, right? My encouragement to you, honestly, and maybe you've already done this, is to go, okay, how much do I need to make? Right? And how do I make that? Like, what does that look like? Like, I love brainstorming, reverse engineering, and do that kind of stuff. And even if it's like, okay, if next year, could I cut down to my, part-time at my job and I could work part-time at my, other business? Like there's so many ideas. But just know it is, it's the best if you can make it happen. Here's what I'll leave you guys with. This is one of my favorite quotes. It's on my wall. The highest form of the highest form of wealth is freedom of time in good health. The back of my hair, I probably didn't comb it. Okay, the highest form of wealth is freedom of time in good health. Isn't that the truth? That is a trifecta of goodness right there. It doesn't matter how wealthy you are if your health sucks. You can have all the money in the world, and if you have, my dad had what was it called? It was called something with the kidneys. You guys, this menopause thing is like killing me. End-stage renal failure, right? You can't do much when you got some end-stage renal failure happening. Congestive heart failure sucks. This is why I'm partnered with a supplement company that helps with all of that. Like, health is so important. You either pay now or you pay later, right? You're paying a couple $100 a month for your supplements, or you're paying like tens of thousands of dollars for your insurances, when you get old and all things go to heck, right? Hi, Karen. Good to see you. That to me means everything. Yes, we want to be financially free. Well, what does that mean to you? Yes, we want to have good health. So what are you doing about it? How is the freedom of time in your world? Are you maximizing that? So much I want to share with you guys. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to land the plane. I'm going to end this right now. I just want to thank you guys. Thank you for giving me the space and the place. I mean, I know this is my Facebook page, my YouTube channel. I could say what I want because I run it, but I just feels good to get it out. I just needed to share it with you all. So thank you for being here. I love you guys. I will see you back here next week, Monday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time for Mondays with Mindo and Sheila. So look forward to seeing you then. Take care, friends.